Stablecoins are definitely the most underrated thing when it comes to crypto, generally speaking. Most of the people are just thinking that stablecoins are something just to generate passive yield, so passive income. You deploy your capital, you start earning something. Yes, that's possible. You can even earn much more than which is the usual risk-free rate, because the opportunities are pretty good with interest rates that could reach or better yield that could go even above 10%. In this video, I don't want to talk about the yield itself, but something that in my opinion is bigger. Because if you understand how important are stablecoins for the whole industry, I mean, you will understand also which are the projects that probably from this summer to the end of this year could push a lot. And we are already seeing some of these projects outperforming the market. And maybe you were wondering, I mean, why that project is pushing? There is no reason why. It's nothing great. And I could even agree. Some of these projects, I mean, are not the most cutting edge projects, but it's undeniable. They are about the right narrative, and stablecoins is the key about the future of cryptos. Before digging into the matter, let me say, guys, this channel is just about educational content. Nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that's fine, but do always your research, guys. That's so important. I'm just sharing my own opinion, what I'm seeing to this market, and nothing else. Guys, don't forget also to leave us a big thumbs up, drop a comment to the comments section. Okay, guys, let's start. And I want to start by sharing from one side which are the top stablecoins. But before digging into each stablecoin and also the chains and the top protocols that are regarding stablecoins, let's understand why the stablecoins are really important. Well, as we all know, in order to buy something, so to generate buying pressure, you need stablecoins. So the more stablecoins are into the market, the more buying pressure we can generate. There is a step forward. When it comes to crypto, we have to understand that we are not anymore early. So cryptos are not anymore something that is just for the nerd community, someone who is really passionate about this market. It's not anymore like that. It's about transforming this, I would say, this child into a young man. And this process that is already happening will require companies, so corporation, the TradFi world, start embracing the stablecoin world. How? Think about how complex is at the moment to transfer money, to transfer value from one side of the world to another side of the world. There has been a lot of chat about CBDC, so I mean the central bank that is issuing a currency is like a stablecoin, but is issued directly by the central bank. That is like the digital euro that it has been a lot of talk into the European community. On the other side, we have been seeing that in America, for example, the stablecoins are, or at least that's the idea. With in August that will be the Stablecoin Act will come in place that will push into that direction. In order to understand the magnitude of what we will have for the coming future, we need to understand that at the moment, moving the money from one place to another takes a lot of time, a lot of cost, and it's complex. When with a single transfer, with a single click, you can do it with a much cheaper and much faster way through stablecoins. There are a lot of projects that push into this direction. For example, HBAR. If you were wondering why HBAR that nobody was caring about has a TVL is almost zero, why it's important, why it's pushing. Well, guys, we have to shift the narrative from simply the TVL, it is something that is mainly consumer, to the future. The future will be driven by the big corporations. Big corporations are needing something that is reliable, something that is compliant, and so on. And what they need is transferring. Cryptos, it's all about transferring value from one place to another one, from one person to another, from one entity to another entity. And in order to do that, you need stable coins. That's also another reason why I'm so bullish, for example, on Toncoin. Imagine how easy it will become to send money to a friend with a single click through your chat on Telegram. The same thing it also is going to happen on X and so on. The more platforms will embed these stable coins, the more use cases will be unlocked. Also think about, maybe you are thinking at the moment, I mean, I don't care really, I just need the price of my altcoins pushing up. Yeah, I understand. But in this moment, if you want to see the price of any coin going up, what we need is new buyers. And new buyers need, first of all, to become familiar with the crypto matter and become confident that cryptos are not anymore just about speculation. Yes, obviously it is, it will always be. But it's also a lot about the value that this system can generate for all of us. And if they start using stable coins to send, and it will not be anymore about stable coins, it will be, I want to exchange value, I want to send money to someone else. And the most efficient way will be probably just using stable coins. Do you remember PayPal, how successful has been just enabling the exchange of value on eBay? Well, we are doing the same, but globally for not just retailers, but for anyone, companies, institutions, and so on. So the magnitude of what will happen is huge. Now, I want to show you which are the ecosystems that are having the most in terms of stable coins. And as you can see, Ton that I was mentioning before, it is just into the 11th position with about 1 billion of stable coins. Ethereum, it is still the main leader with more than 100 billion. That's also the reason why, honestly speaking, I'm pretty bullish on Ethereum right now. Yes, it's suffering, but I mean, check the dominance in terms of stable coins. If you compare it with Solana, it has 10 times more stable coins. So if you think about it, it means that most of the value in terms of utility, it is capped on the chain of Ethereum. So sooner or later, if, and I'm pretty confident that this will be the path forward. I mean, the price has also to be to reflect this matter over here. The big moment that we have to keep an eye on is August, when finally the more clarity will come out in terms of who will be enabled to use stablecoins. Imagine if TradFi, if companies can start using in a compliant way stablecoins to exchange value. I mean, that's a big revolution, and that's what will be probably happening from August on. I will keep you posted either way about that. And exactly trying to ride this narrative, that's what is happening if you check the price, for example, of Ampliford. If you check the chart of the last 3 months, you can see that starting from April has been one of the projects to pump the most, and you are probably wondering why. And the same happened for example, Curve. If you check the last 3 months, I mean, while the whole market was bleeding, starting from March 11, Curve has been printing new highs, and it's something pretty unusual. Or also Ondo, if you think about it, that's the last 3 months. Yes, it has been bleeding, but overall it's just 50% below the highs. If you think about it, Ethereum, how much has been suffering, or Solana, and so on. So compared to other projects that are related to stablecoins are performing better. And mainly Curve is still the main hub to exchange, is the DEX to exchange stablecoins, and it's on Ethereum. Do you remember what I told you before? Ethereum is still the main chain when it comes to stablecoins. And which is the main DEX on Ethereum that is enabling you to exchange stablecoins? Well, it's Curve. When it comes to Ampliford, it's another stablecoin. The same will happen also with Frax, and all the projects that are, or Euler, Euler, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it doesn't matter. It's this one. E-U-L-E. Okay. Eule, okay, whatever it is. It has a market cap with this about 200 million, and if you check, it's one of the few projects that have been able to, I mean, look at this chart, it's amazing, and it is printing a new high of the last 2 years. That's something that is pretty unique into this space, and it's mainly because everything is regarding stablecoins will, or at least it's pushing a lot and has the space to grow a lot in the coming future. Why? Because guys, there is no crypto market without stablecoins. It's not just about creating buying pressure, but it's about creating the backbone that can be used by corporates, by TradFi, institutions, and so on, in order to exchange value from one entity to the other entity. Guys, let me know which is your favorite stablecoin project. Let me know into the comment section below. And don't forget to leave us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye, guys.